I'm going to show you a quick Theraband session for arms. So I know you got a lot of bands. For me, if your bands are similar to mine, your green one's going to be heavier, your red's going to be a little lighter. So go ahead, start with the lighter band first, and if you feel like you would like some more, definitely go ahead and switch it out. Up to you if you want to be sitting and kneeling down, or you can grab the ball, place it under her to provide some support while you're sitting down. Either option is good. You're just going to start with bringing the Theraband into your hands. Little to no tension at all in there. Elbows are going to be tucked by your side. You're going to take a nice deep inhale, and then as you exhale, you're just going to rotate the right arm out to the side and then bring it back in. So as you move, feel free to see if you need to give yourself a little more or less tension, or switch. Good. My left arm is just stabilizing. That hand stays aligned with my elbow as that right arm just rotates out and then back in. That rotation is happening from the shoulder, wrapping behind to move the arm and pull the band, and then it wraps back in. And then it wraps out and in. Good. And I would do about 5 to 6 on the right. You stop and stabilize for the right, and then the left goes out. And you can go ahead, do the same 5 or 6 on that side. Watch that there's no side bending, there's no rib shearing as you're doing this. We're staying nice and tall as we find that external rotation with each arm. Once you finish each arm, give yourself a little bit more slack so the Theraband is a little looser. You're going to inhale, exhale, externally rotate both arms at the same time, and then release. Exhale, externally rotate, and back in. And you're going to go with both arms for about 6 to 8 reps. Once you finish those 6 to 8 reps, you can bring the hands back in. Give yourself a little bit more slack, and with your left arm, just wrap the Theraband around your hand, and then you can bring that hand down onto the floor. If you can't reach down, I would go ahead and grab your yoga block. Give yourself a little bit of a higher surface. All right, and so that other hand, you can go ahead and wrap it around your hand to make sure you have a good hold on it, and you're going to have a little bit of slack. You're going to start with that same movement, the external rotation, and then you're going to reach the arm out on a nice diagonal, bend it back in on the diagonal, and then bring the arm in. Up to you. Once you do that first one, you can give yourself a little bit more, so you can externally rotate, reach up to the ceiling, and then back in and out. So it's 2 moves. It's the external rotation and the reaching out on the diagonal. We come back from that diagonal first and then internally rotate. And I would go ahead and do about 7 to 8 on each side. You can then move the block to the other side. Right hand can come down, left hand to the side, externally rotate, and then reach up. In and internally rotate. All right, same amount of reps from the right and on the left. Last thing we're going to do here, you're going to bring your hands back in, Theraband wrapped around the hands, barely any tension. We're going to externally rotate just like you did before. Keep the pressure out on there. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, bring them back in and down. We bend, lift up, and then back down. So I'm keeping constant tension, pulling out on that Theraband just to move the arms down and up. And you can reach the arms up and down for about 8 to 10 times and back down. Good. Last thing you're going to do here, you can do some nice bicep curls. You can do them either standing up or seated. I'm going to show you the seated version. So you can bring the yoga block or the yoga block under your sit bone so you have a nice stable surface to stand, or if you'd like to sit on the floor, that is also good. You're going to go ahead and place that Theraband around your feet, and I like to double it up just to make sure it feels nice and secure. Wrap the hands around the ends, bring the arms right in front of you. I like to make sure my hands are aligned with my shoulders, and then I'm going to exhale to bend and straighten. Good. As I bend, watch that you don't drop the elbows down, right? Or lift the shoulders or widen the elbows. that elbow stays aligned with your shoulder as you bend and straighten. And I would go for about 8 to 10 bicep curls and release. And that's your quick little arm series with your Theraband.